I'm 50, I just turned 52, and I don't feel like I have a political home. I don't feel like I think it's because when I even read at the end of your book about the values and competence piece, that resonated with me. Maybe that's not what you meant when you were talking about values and competence, but that's how I interpreted it. I don't know.
But it is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It is exactly what I mean. My hunch is that that's the place we can reconnect social contracts again and still disagree, maybe politically, or not go to the same church. That's a place where we can just have an expectation between you and me. I have an expectation of you and you have an expectation of me. Let's baseline this. Let's just go to a baseline of some decency.
Right.
Respect, dignity. We got to rediscover the respect for each other and ourselves. That's also a selfish act. We don't have it. We don't have trust in others. Therefore, we don't have trust in ourselves. But right now, the private sector seems to me to have more power and influence than ever before.
Yeah.
And all the way down to the individual. And that's what I'm saying. If enough of us look each other in the mirror, look ourselves in the mirror and go, how am I going to be a little bit better today?
Yeah. See, that's the key, right? Like
there's your collective change that we want.
Yeah. I love what you said there. I think it's the key to leadership when you sit there and say, well, I want, and I've coached some people and I've talked to some people and at the CEO level, and they're like, I want to be this person of influence, and they're thinking at the wrong way. And I always tell them, I'm like, you want to be a person of influence, then think like what you just said. How can I add value to this transaction? How can I add value to this conversation so that we both walk away better human beings? And I don't think people do that enough.
I'm guilty of not doing it enough. And
I'm saying me too. I mean, yeah. It's something I got to intentionally think about because I'm a selfish pig like everybody else.
Well, I'm into redefining the word selfish. My pastor says you're pushing a big rock up a big tall hill, buddy, but I'm in for the long game. I believe that there is generosity leads to gratitude. Gratitude breeds responsibility, and responsibility can give us freedom.
I agree.
Starts with generosity. And if you look all the way back, if you look at the Bible, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Mm-hmm. Golden rule. Love your neighbor as yourself. Both of those come right back to being selfish. It's selfish to be generous.
Yeah, no, I like where you're going with that because I agree. Because I used to think leadership and it was so external. Like, how can I externally motivate? How can I do this? But it is an internal battle. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, right? That was resonating with me.
But it takes a long view to get that.
Yes, I agree.
It takes understanding that our choices we make today are investments, are compounding assets in our future.
Right.
And we don't like to look that far out. And I'm thinking with what I want to do with the values campaign. Well, it can sound great. Everyone can say, yeah, I verbally take the pledge and I spiritually take the pledge and I mentally take the pledge and I agree with you. But can any real change, and this is an open question, I don't know the answer, can anything really change collectively unless you can make some do-re-mi on it? Now, I'm also into opening up the definition of what do we call currency. I think we got to fill our bank accounts and our soul's account. And our soul's account. And I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. Can you have a nonprofit idea for profit? Because I think in a capitalist world, money's got to be made. If you can show how these things measure, if I can have these values as a company leader and run my company this way, and my staff is happier to come to work here, and my numbers are better at the end of the year, well, you better show me my numbers are better at the end of the year. Yeah. Because all these happy people, if I'm in the red, I'm about to be out of a job. So you can take that little, and I'm not talking about a kumbaya. No, I don't think there's any kumbaya future. But I think it's going to have to be, it has to be shown as how are having values maybe equitable? How are having a common denominator, understanding contract of values amongst us as individuals across institutions, et cetera. How is that actually for profit? How can that also fill a bank account? I think it can.